Breaking news here on Saints Now. The New Orleans Saints have made a stunning trade, sending Ceedy Gardner-Johnson to the Philadelphia Eagles. In this video, we're going to provide a reaction to this, also break down all the trade details. But Ceedy Gardner-Johnson, as of this morning, is no longer a member of the Saints. He has been sent to the Philadelphia Eagles. And folks, this is why you subscribe, because when breaking Saints news goes down, we got you covered. We're going to get you a video ASAP. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button, because the Saints here today are going to make more roster moves. They're going to make some cuts. They got to finalize the 53-man roster day. We're going to get you another video later on today about all of the other moves. Ian Rappaport was the first to report it. Shocker. And that really is the one-word reaction here. I mean, this is a stunning move. The Saints are trading defensive back Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the Eagles, sources tell me, and Tom Pelissero. After extension talks broke down, the focus shifted from keeping Gardner-Johnson to trading him. Philly lands a starter. So here are the trade details. And folks, Mickey Loomis has been robbed. I mean, the Saints here just got completely robbed by Philadelphia. The Eagles get Ceedy Gardner-Johnson and a 7th-round pick in 2025. The Saints get a 5th-round pick in 2023 and a 6th-round pick in 24. So the Eagles have 2 6th-round picks. They're going to receive whatever is the worst pick out of those two. So those are the trade details. Ceedy Gardner-Johnson being shipped to Philadelphia on this Tuesday morning. Who won the trade? Not really a tough question here. Philadelphia or New Orleans? Go down in the comment section. Chime in. Who won the trade? It is the pinned comment, so go and reply to it when you get a second. So CJ, we've talked about him potentially getting extended. He sat out during training camp. He was there, but he just didn't play for a portion of training camp as he was looking for an extension. Saints have a lot of depth at corner, and you know, when a shocking trade like this goes down, you're scratching your head trying to figure out why this would happen. So the clear reason is that he wanted an extension. The Saints weren't willing to pay him. He's going to be a free agent next year. They wanted to get something in return. That is why he's being shipped to Philly. And plus, the Saints do have some depth at corner, but man, he was a big part of the Saints defense. He brought so much energy, so much swagger to the defense, was a fan favorite, and that's why I think a lot of Saints fans this morning are pretty upset by this news as we do take a look at the updated DB depth chart. So we have slotted Bradley Roby as a starter. So he will replace, at least in our projection, Ceedy Gardner-Johnson. So your starting DBs will be Marshawn Lattimore, Tyrann Mathieu, Marcus May, Paulson Adebo, who was unbelievably good in training camp, and Bradley Roby. So, yeah, you do lose Ceedy, which is a bummer, but your DB room is still one of the best in the National Football League. What is your one-word reaction to the Ceedy Gardner-Johnson trade? Go down in the comment section, chime in, let me know as we bring in producer Trace. Trace, I think I have a 3-word reaction. What the hell?
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah.
I think New Orleans, the city of New Orleans, has been silent.
I don't understand how.
It's unbelievable.
Like, I just don't understand how the Saints didn't get more for him. I mean, like,
right.
I understand that, you know, maybe they didn't want to pay him and maybe the Eagles were willing to pay him for a lot more, but a 5th round and a 6th round pick? Are you kidding me?
And the worst of their
for
2
the
6th round
value
picks,
that he brought to the defense, that is unbelievably terrible. I mean, the Saints got absolutely fleeced. Normally, Mickey Loomis makes all these calls, and I'm not saying I don't trust him, but, like, what is going on? I have no idea what is going on with that. Like, obviously the defense is going to be fine. The Saints defense, without fail, is still going to be a very talented and very strong defense. But it does take a hit. Like, that's not a lie. The Saints will going to take a hit with Ceedy Gardner-Johnson no longer being on this defense. He's going to an NFC opponent that just like the Saints made a lot of really good progress this season. So I could see, you know, that being a really big piece that the Eagles needed and is going to help elevate them that, you know, the Saints don't necessarily have anymore. And I'm blown away. I don't know, man. This is ridiculous. I don't know. I'm just so upset. I'm so frustrated. I wish he wasn't gone. Obviously wish the best for Ceedy. I want him to get paid. He deserves everything he gets. But dang, man. What the hell?
Now, what did you think? Because I remember you talking as the trade went down, because when the trade was first kind of made public, we didn't know the details. We didn't know it was going back to New Orleans. What did you think he was worth in a deal?
Yeah, so initially I was thinking at least he's worth maybe a third and a fourth.
Yeah,
maybe like this year's third, next year's fourth round pick, or this year's third, next year's fifth, or something like that. I mean, but a fifth and a sixth round is just disrespectful. Like, that's unbelievable. And like, I will say, it is kind of interesting that the Saints and Eagles, this is like what, the third trade they've had in the past year. And you know, there's obviously history between them with Malcolm Jenkins, and it's just interesting that the Eagles and Saints are continuing to be a trade partner, you know, more and more and more, but yet we just got fleeced again. Like, oh my goodness, this is unbelievable. I'm just
and not only do you lose a talented member of your defense, but you said it. I mean, he brought so much energy to this football team, so much swagger to this football team, which makes it even more disappointing.
Yeah, and like the biggest thing that I loved about Ceedy is that he was a disruptor. Like when he was on the defense, you knew for a fact that he was going to create issues all over the place. He was not going to let Tom Brady be a Tom Brady and throw for a couple hundred yards and a bunch of touchdowns. He was going to be all up in your face. He was going to be talking smack. He was going to be making an issue. He was going to be all up in your ear. He was going to be causing problems, and that's what I loved about him. His swagger, the charisma, like the energy and the attitude he brought to the Saints defense, it fit. And admittedly, I think he'll fit perfectly in Philly. I mean, that's exactly what they have in that attitude in Philadelphia.
You know who's happiest about this trade? It's not Philadelphia Eagles fans. It's Tom Brady.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, 100%. I think every offensive coordinator in the NFC South is winning on this trade. And that's about it. That's the only one.
You're going to be winning if you go to BetUS and use promo code CHAT125 for a 125% deposit bonus. You got to go to that link to take advantage of that deal. Chatsports.com/bet. And I'm going to be pounding my LSU Tigers next week when they take on Florida State. Actually coming up, it's this week, game week, Sunday, September 4th, 6:30 Eastern Time in the Superdome, New Orleans, Louisiana. The city is going to be painted purple and gold. I'm excited. LSU somehow just a 3-point favorite against what's a pretty crappy Florida State team. The total at 51.5. So if you're feeling good about the Tigers on Sunday, go to BetUS and put some money down on LSU to take down Florida State. Brian Kelly, man's the real deal. He's got to win on Sunday, though. I'm excited about that game. Tom Pelissero added this. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's agent, Kevin Connor, confirmed the trade to the Eagles. In Philadelphia, Gardner-Johnson is expected to be a full-time safety, a position that's become more lucrative than the nickel spot he often played in New Orleans. Jeff Duncan adding this. Not a total surprise here. It heard the Saints were exploring this route with Gardner-Johnson after extension talks broke down. Team officials were miffed at both C.J. Gardner-Johnson's asking price and his hold-in stance while skipping training camp workouts. So again, a hold-in kind of means that you're there, you're just not participating, and so if you're there, you won't get fined. So that's the stance that C.J. Gardner-Johnson took during Saints training camp. So who's going to replace him? Who's going to step up, right, and maybe have a bigger role in the Saints defense? Here are a couple of names to look out for. Bradley Roby, I think he's expected to start now after this. P.J. Williams, Alontae Taylor, and Justin Evans, also some candidates to maybe get some more playing time here. Alontae Taylor has looked very good in training camp, impressed in the preseason. Could he be a lot further along than we think? The second-round pick out of Tennessee, definitely a big winner from training camp and maybe a winner from this trade because he's definitely going to have an increased role on the Saints defense. Go down to the comments section, chime in. Who's going to replace Ceedy Gardner-Johnson? Go down, tell me what you think. Probably short-term Roby, maybe long-term Alontae Taylor, the rookie out of Tennessee. If you're a real one, be sure to turn on your notifications set to all because later today we're going to be getting you guys a roster cuts video. Saints got to finalize the 53-man.